Hello and welcome back into our office. This is the Basketball Operations Podcast with Nathan.
And Miles, welcome bike.
Welcome, welcome back, you guys. This is our very first episode going into this new NBA season. It's been about a week since the start of the regular season. We started last Tuesday.
Yeah, week in a couple of days.
Week in a couple of days. But now because since we record Thursdays, that's why we had the little 2 day difference between an actual week. But as of now, we're going to be still recording every Thursdays, and gonna be doing all these recaps. We're just gonna see like what changes, because there have been a lot of overreactions the first 9 days of the NBA season. There's been a lot of weird things going on.
A lot of weird things. Teams have only played like 4 or 5 games, but it's been some weird things.
It's been weird things.
Pretty weird.
Pretty weird. Yeah. So today we're just gonna talk about what's going on with the Lakers and the Nets, and like just go through all their lineups as to why they are horrible to start the season. One team is because they're missing a player, and then the other is because they have a player.
Oh,
So,
come on.
and then we're gonna go through our most surprising rookies after that, and then lastly we're gonna discuss the free throw disparity this season, because again, as you guys know, the new rule change calls for less ticky-tacky fouls.
I like it, but
It's
you'll,
so much fun.
You'll hear my opinion.
Yeah, it's so much fun now to hear. But before we get into all that, let me ask you, Miles, how do you think your Mavericks are doing? Just so we have like a clear
Okay.
from a MFFL.
2-1.
Uh-huh.
We've beaten the Raptors and the
Yeah.
Rockets.
Yeah.
Our only losses to Atlanta. I'm kind of worried about the offense a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of worried about the offense.
How so?
Porzingis at the 4, Dwight Powell at the 5 is one of the things. So Jason Kidd, he made it a priority in the offseason. We're going to turn Kristaps Porzingis into a basketball player.
Yeah.
We're going to have him coming off the dribble, post-ups, more of that. But you can't do that with a big like Dwight Powell. Because Dwight Powell, he's a rim runner.
Yes.
So what I've been noticing a lot is the offense becomes a lot more stagnant. There's not a lot of driving lanes for Luka to, suck in the defense, kick out for threes.
Kick out,
and
yeah.
so and then when Luka gets a pass into KP into the post, Dwight Powell's on the dunker spot.
Mm-hmm.
And that allows Dwight Powell's defender to come in, help off, and KP isn't the best putting the ball on the floor. So that's one area of concern. I'll say the defense does look a lot better this year, which is exciting, to say the least. Everyone's more tied in together, more connected.
And do you think that's due to the acquisition of players like Reggie Bullock?
I'm gonna get into that. Reggie Bullock.
Bullock. That's right.
He's only been playing like 17 minutes a game, which I want him to play more. I wish the lineup would be KP, Dorian Finney-Smith, Bullock, Luka. Who am I missing?
Sterling Brown is actually a pretty underrated.
He's underrated. Oh, who am I missing? It's Luka, Bullock. It's a brain fart here. DFS, KP. What am I missing?
Bobby, Jalen Brunson.
He doesn't start. Who started for us last night?
Let me look.
Brain fart right here.
Was it Timmy?
Yeah, Tim Hardaway. Jesus. Yeah, I'm so used to Tim coming off the bench from last season.
Yeah.
So yeah, that lineup right there. I feel like with Reggie Bullock, the floor opens up a lot more. And actually, in the game against the Rockets, all 15 guys played.
Mm-hmm.
So Jason Kidd after the game, he said, the council. So the council, I guess, is Luka, Tim Hardaway, and KP. They said Jason Kidd.
Is that their nickname?
No. Jason Kidd said the council and him met, and then the council asked Jason Kidd to let everyone play. So I guess Luka, KP, and THJ are influencing things. But all 15 guys played, and so we got Boban minutes, we got Moses Brown minutes.
We got Frank Nitti minutes.
Frank Ntilikina looked really good. Trey Burke got minutes. Everyone got minutes except the two-way guys. So that was interesting to see all 15 guys come together for a win. I don't know if it was just because it was opening night in Dallas.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Probably was also because it's Houston.
That's true. KP didn't play most of the game. He left the game with back tightness, so he's already getting hurt.
Oh yeah, he had only had 19.
So that's an issue, and he struggled that game. But like I said, the defense is much improved from last year. The only thing I'd like to see more of is more Reggie Bullock minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Reggie Bullock play with Luke. I don't think they've played any minutes together.
Really? At all?
Mm-mm.
Let me look. Oh, let me look at that Houston game then, and let me see if they were on the floor at the same time.
We don't get too many Bullock and Luka minutes.
Luka and then Bullock. Yeah. Oh, they were for a little bit.
Yeah, but
Oh, actually, no. Never mind.
I want them to be on the floor at all times. Like
Yeah.
he was the big acquisition. Paid $30 million for him.
Yeah. They were only together on the court for it looks like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
he provided a spark. He knocked down a couple threes for us. Good to see.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do, right?
Yeah.
Because but what's funny is that I also saw a couple trolling TikTok videos that the offense looks kind of weird because apparently they were trying to run the offense through Dodo.
That was night one. So Jason Kidd is playing 4D chess, and he's like, "Oh, Dorian Finney-Smith has Trae Young on him. Give him some post ups." Dorian Finney-Smith, great player. He can't post up. Okay.
Yeah.
He can't. So Jason Kidd was just trying to make guys do what they can't do. We haven't seen much of that since the Atlanta game.
Mhm.
But I think Jason Kidd was just trying to take advantage of the mismatch. But
Oh, okay.
It didn't work.
Okay.
Dodo, love him to death, but he can't post.
Okay, because I saw a couple. I'm asking because I saw a couple plays
Yeah, no.
where he was coming off double stagger, and then
Yeah,
Chris
no.
was popping, and he was kind of making the decision maker.
He had more post ups in that game than he did all of the last 2 seasons combined. So I don't know what that was, but I think it was in the Toronto game. They were running the same sort of offense that they were in the Atlanta game, and it was not working against Toronto. So midway, I think at halftime, we kind of reverted back to the offense we were running past couple years, more spread pick and rolls, high pick and roll, and that gave us what we needed to pull out the win, and then we saw that carry over into Houston.
Yeah, because I'm on the Raptors game right now, and I have Dorian Finney-Smith's shot chart, and he only took 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
5, 8 shots, I think. And so if he posted up, none of them were going in.
Oh no, the Atlanta game. The
Atlanta game?
Yeah,
Let me
the
pull up
Atlanta
the
game.
Atlanta game.
Yeah, you'll
Let's
see
the
the
previous
Atlanta.
game.
He took 11 shots, I think.
Yeah, shot chart, and let me go to Dodo.
Yeah.
Most of these were in the paint. Yeah, you see, this shot right here, this made 2-pointer from 9 feet, I should never see ever again.
Yeah, everything should be at the perimeter.
Everything should be exactly where they are right here.
Yeah, and then just to segue into the last point I got about the Mavs, the 3-point shooting needs to improve. Luke is starting out slow again like he did last year. He's only shooting 22% on threes. Dorian's only shooting 30%. I think our best 3-point shooter right now is Maxi Kleber.
Yeah, probably is because
KP's not shooting the ball great. Reggie Bullock shooting pretty good. Tim's pretty good.
Yeah.
So right now Tim, Maxi, and Bullock are probably our best shooters right now. But KP, Luka, Dorian, not really shooting the ball the greatest. And I think we'll see the offense start to really score more once the shots start falling.
Okay, yeah, because that's what's gonna happen. Luka's gonna start slow because he needs to play himself into shape, kind of.
He's in shape, man. He played in
He's in shape, but he needs to get into kind of game condition before
This is the healthiest he's looked since his rookie year.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I agree with that. But it's still off season to real game is a little
excuse.
No excuse, but it's a little different.
He's an NBA player. He knows what he has to do.
Yeah, no different. Let's see. As for my Jazz, we're 3-0, but it's a little kind of inflated because our first game was against OKC, home game, home opener. Then we played Sacramento. That was I don't know what kind of game that was. It was really close. I think we were losing for most of the game. And then we came back and then just held them off a little bit. And then we were able to come away with the dub. And then the next game,
the Mickey Mouse game without Jokic.
We beat Denver, and it was still surprisingly close
without Jokic
through the entire game. And you know me with Denver, I get so sad and every time they have to play Denver. And, like, I knew this was going to happen. What's crazy is that if Jokic stayed in the game, he was going to drop, like, a 50-point triple-double.
Maybe.
He was on his way. He, on, like, crazy efficiency, he only missed a shot before he left. And I got so scared. I thought the way he was holding his knee.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad.
It looked horrible, but then they played the replay, and then it was just Gobert, his freaking bony-ass knee.
Quinn Snyder told him to do it.
No,
Yeah, he did.
no, need him on the side of the knee, and that was such a sigh of relief when I saw the replay. I was just like, oh my god, thank God, because Denver would have been. What's crazy is that if Denver lost Jokic, they just would have called it right there and then. And then imagine Denver gets like like the same Warriors thing.
That would have been disgusting.
That would have been disgusting. They for sure would have been in the conversation next year if like something happened to them. But luckily nothing happened. But yeah, I mean, let's see. I think our best. It's just again, it's the same thing as last year. A lot of threes. That's what we're trying to do.
Rudy
Shoot
Gobert,
a lot of threes.
I'll give Rudy Gobert his flowers. Like for the first 5 games, he's averaging like 18 and 19 rebounds, something like that.
Yeah. He's averaging like a ridiculous double-double.
Have you noticed like Rudy Gobert like playing differently within the offense, or is he just sort of the same pick and roll?
It's a little different as to where there's more movement with him, because obviously there's still gonna be pick and rolls because that's a vertical threat that we have.
Yeah.
And that Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert pick and roll is a deadly pick and roll because you either have to guard the floater and because he can finish with both hands.
Yeah.
That makes it such a threat, and then he can just easily lob it to Rudy, who is the most unathletic lob threat I've ever seen in my life. Have you seen, I always make this, but
Rudy tries to make himself look more athletic by lifting his knees up. When he he pulls himself up like, oh no.
Like, have you seen the way he complains is unathletic.
Oh wow.
The way he how they all raise their hands.
What does Rudy do?
It's literally it just doesn't look right. He kind of T-Rex it a little bit, and then but his arms are so lanky, it just looks weird.
That's a first. I've never heard of a guy complaining.
He complains unathletically.
I've never heard of this.
I don't know what it is. He just complains unathletically.
That's going to be in when we rate draft prospects. That's going to be one of the things. Yeah, I noticed he complains unathletically.
He complains unathletically. He's just unathletic. But yeah. So I mean, we're winning. That pick and roll is still going to be there, but there's a lot of a movement with him as to where there was a set that they kept running once Jokic came out of the game to where Royce and Bojan set a kind of a brush screen off Rudy, like all the way by the free throw line, and he kind of curled, and that was open all day just for him to turn and dunk. So I like that movement, and then also, again, opens up the three-point shooting, where we're just playing a 4-out, 1-in. Let's see, our new acquisitions, Pascal and Whiteside. Whiteside's a dog, man.
What is he doing? What is he averaging right now?
I mean, it's not for me. It's not his averages, honestly. I mean, 8 points, 4 fouls. That gives us the inside presence and I'm here.
He's not an enforcer, but he's soft.
It's fine. It's okay. And then 8 boards. 0.1.3 of a block.
Yeah.
That's more than Rudy.
I'm not sold.
Coming off the bench on 16 minutes? I just like the options we have coming off the bench where I feel like we can play small. Because again, for the Jazz, it's okay, since we have the 8th easiest schedule or something.
I think that's what.
I'm
not too sure.
Yeah, because I remember it being by the All-Star break is going to be kind of inflated, or by, it's going to be kind of inflated by Christmas actually, and then the same story is going to happen. The Jazz again? The same question is just, are the Jazz going to be a regular season team, and they're just not going to be able to get it done in the playoffs?
Do you think? Yeah.
And so none of this matters really.
Sure. Do you think it's gonna shape up that way again, where you guys just tear up the league?
I don't think so, because I feel like we've been in the situation now 3 years in a row as to I think we understand what we need to do, because last year it was, just our perimeter defense wasn't it, because like that's why Aaron Gordon shot ridiculous, because Boyan's a traffic cone. Aaron Gordon during that Denver game shot like he only missed one. He only missed a shot through like 2.5 quarters.
Okay.
So the perimeter D needs to improve in that area from the forward spot.
How's Donovan been playing? I haven't really been hearing too much about him.
He's off to a slow start as well.
Oh, sorry, just like Luka.
Yeah, just like Luka. 21 points, 22 points, 5 assists, 3 boards, 4 turnovers, which is not. It's like an assist per turnover ratio, which is not good.
Let me hear it. Let me hear the 3-point percentage.
30, but it's better than Luka's.
22.
Luka's 22.
I mean, both better than Dame's.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that just goes to like it's weird. Like,
yeah, the first week's weird this year.
it's weird. David is shooting 9%. That doesn't make any sense. I don't think anybody.
Russell Westbrook shooting better from 3.
Yeah, I don't get that. So like that's what we're going on about, is that like it just doesn't make any sense. But he's been kind of slow. I mean, 38% from the field is obviously not the best thing in the world. He's averaging 21 points on 20 field goal attempts, which is disgusting, obviously. But yeah, but I mean the production that we're getting from Clarkson, 17 off the bench, Boyan's averaging cool 16, Rudy an 18 right now. Mike Conley a 14, leading our team. Actually, he's not leading our team in assists, still Donovan, but just a threat we have as a 3-point shooter. And again, a lot of threes. Joe Ingles is shooting 54% from 3. Mike Conley 44, Eric Paschall 33, Boyan 31, Donovan 30. I'm just waiting to see.
Eric Paschall's your third best shooter.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see the Paschall at 5 minutes. We haven't gotten it yet.
I don't know
because we haven't had the situation to do it yet. But again, I just love Jared Butler has been putting in.
Has he played?
He's played. He played in the Denver game. He almost got his first career points.
Hasn't scored yet?
No, not yet. I don't think he has. Yeah, no, he's 0 for 2.
That's gonna be like really good. Like once Mike Conley's out of the league.
Yeah, he's already they were talking about on TNT that his first thing that he asked the front office was move my locker next to Mike Conley.
Oh wow.
So that way he can learn off him. And I mean,
smart guy right there.
Yeah. So and I mean Conley's 34 right now, and Jared Butler's only 21. And there's like a full season. Mike Conley got extended. He's gonna be here for the next like 2, right?
Yeah.
I think like 2 or 3. So it's a good person to learn off of. And Jared Butler, he's got a handle package, man.
Oh yeah, from what I saw in that preseason game against the Mavs, really.
He's shifty.
Like Jalen Brunson-esque, like small guards that they know they're not the most physically dominant players, but they'll move you.
Yeah, he's nice. He's really nice.
Finish with the trees, it's crazy.
Yeah, he's really nice. So I just can't wait till he grows into, like, I'm assuming, because like let's say Jared Butler's growth happens quicker than usual, right? Mm-hmm. Conley is, let's say in 2 years, right? Conley's 36, he's going out. And then Jared Butler would now be 23, and he blossoms into averaging 10 in good minutes.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be, Donovan would then be 27, entering his prime. And then Gobert would at that point be 31. He'd still be, decent enough.
And that's why, like, guards like Jared Butler, like the Jalen Brunsons, like, in terms of, like, second-round picks, like, second-round picks are crapshoots. Like, it's kind of just like a shot in the dark.
Yeah.
But, like, if you look at like the most successful second round picks, it's point guards like that. Just like heady point guards, get you a bucket. I mean, nothing much you could ask for, and I feel like Jared Butler can turn into that.
Yeah, and I mean that's like kind of the Jazz way. That's kind of how it's been. It's just we just have to do scouting.
I think you guys hit on him.
Yeah,
like,
I think we did.
Just like I know he hasn't played the minutes yet, but like I just feel like he's gonna turn into something. I mean, he was like the best player on Baylor's team.
Yeah, and he wants to. I mean, he's averaging 4.3. And he's told Quinn, he's like, I want to play. I want meaningful minutes. So I think he's gonna get them. And it's kind of tough right now considering because there was a lineup that I kind of liked, which makes sense, where we have 3 ball handlers on the floor, and Jared, Jordan, Clarkson, and Joe Ingles, and then we had like Pascal at the 4, and then we had Hassan at the 5. So it's like full bench, and I think that's a competent enough bench in the league to be able to compete to where a bench.
Yeah, just
the bench could win us a game.
Just like hang in there or score more than the other team's bench, and then when the starters come in, they close it.
Yeah, and then again then there's more options because I mean, in the playoffs, if Jared Butler gets enough run to be able to hang defensively, then he's gonna see the floor for perimeter defense eventually. Because Jared Butler, Royce O'Neal perimeter D is kind of
how tall is Jared Butler? Like 6'3"?
Yeah, 6'3", I believe.
Yeah.
And then obviously Royce is like 6'5", 6'3", and then Royce would be 6'5", and then obviously 6'4", and then we know how, he last year he guarded the most, like, he guarded the best player.
And the other team's best wing.
Yeah, like most of the time. I forgot what percentage it was.
He guarded Paul George in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, he guarded Paul George. It was him or Kawhi. He guards the best player like most of the time, all the time. And did I see his nickname correctly? Big Meal.
That's a horrible nickname.
Why? His nickname is literally his Instagram name. Why not just call him Rolls Royce?
Big what?
Big Meal.
Meal?
Yeah, like meal, like Happy Meal.
No, I can't.
Yeah, Big Meal.
Just say Big Neil. With an N. That's a weird one.
I don't know
where Basketball Reference pulls these from.
I know. I don't know if they just get it from like most used on.
I don't know.
Like Twitter.
I've never heard someone say, "Oh, there's Big Meal."
Big Meal. I don't even think like Bowler freaking.
I don't even think his close friends call him that.
Yeah, I don't think they call him Big Meal. But okay, let's get right into the recap. So, the first topic we're gonna hit today is what's going on with these two teams on the screen.
Trouble in LA.
Trouble in LA.
Trouble in Brooklyn. I need them to pick this up. Like this was supposed to be my Christmas day.
Right? Right? Every year we're promised.
I've been promised this game for the last 2 years.
Yeah. And
I've been promised this finals for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Like Brooklyn, LA, every other team. Oh, they shouldn't even be playing. Like, that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, first we'll start with Brooklyn. First we'll start with Brooklyn because LA is a whole fucking different story. Right now for Brooklyn, it's
obviously gotta talk Kyrie. Kyrie's not playing.
It's yes, and I think that's where you can.
Do you think that should be a hindrance on them? Like you still have KD and James Harden, man. Like, well, I mean, I don't know.
Listen, they're 2-3 right now. Their losses have been kind of bad losses. They lost to Miami, they've lost to Washington, and they've lost to Milwaukee. Like, they got beat the hell up, right? So, I have no idea what's going on. If you want to open the door for him, just open the door for him. So he can... yeah. So, they say Cameron Thomas... Is Cameron Thomas Japanese?
Is he? I haven't heard that story yet.
Why isn't this a story? Born in Yokosuka, Japan. That's sick. Okay, cool. So it's him and Rui Hachimura now, right?
Well, I'm pretty sure.
And Yuta Watanabe?
I think Rui's actually Japanese. I think his parents were born.
Oh, he was just born. Like he was just born.
Like a military family.
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, that's cool. But it's weird that it shouldn't be a hindrance, but it is, considering that, like, again, Kyrie is a 50, 40, 90 guy. He averaged 25 last year, and the fact that he can finish with both hands, hit a three on the fast break, hit from anywhere in the mid-range, like, you are losing something, and then, again, it's almost like Harden needs to play himself into shape again. Yeah, as well.
Harden said that he hasn't had time to play scrimmages or just play basketball, but he's averaging only 16 points a game, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's mainly because, well, I mean, his side of the story was that the hamstring kept bothering him throughout the entire offseason, so he couldn't do much about it. But at the same time, like, every time he would do better, because the thing is about hamstrings and, like, like the quad muscles is that sometimes they're never really healed.
Yeah.
Especially when you put so many minutes on it. Like, he's averaging the second most minutes on the team, and with this hamstring, it's only gonna make it like kind of worse because the pull. They said it was a grade 2 pull.
Yeah, he looked good in the Chris Brickley workout videos.
Well, because it's Chris Brickley.
The Chris Brickley gym goes crazy.
He goes. I mean, remember, freaking, they made what's his face?
J. Cole looked pretty good.
Yeah, J. Cole looked good at Rico Hines, so I don't know what we're talking about.
I don't know.
But I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's just because of Kyrie not being there. Because KD's gonna be KD. KD's averaging 30, 10, and 5. He's averaging 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
He's averaging 10 rebounds.
He's kind of like the only one holding it all together for them.
Yeah, 5 assists, a steal, and a block.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if you feel bad, but I don't feel bad for the Nets. I'm kind of enjoying this. Like, this kind of like karma for KD, man.
And more again? Still?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I feel like it's kind of overdue with the whole snake thing.
I still haven't forgiven him.
Really?
Nope.
I think it's over.
Still haven't forgiven him.
I think it's over. I think he's finally a great player. He's a great player.
Now look at. Now he's getting cursed with Kyrie Irving not playing, and now his team not looking the greatest. I don't know.
I think also because the thing with it too is that the offense can get kind of stagnant as well. It's almost like without Kyrie, the offense is considering James Harden is a point guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
But because he hasn't played himself in the shape, it's almost like KD's kind of playing by himself, right?
Yeah. So you want to hear the most used lineup?
Yeah, let me see.
So their most used lineup this season, minutes wise, it's Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, James Harden, Joe Harris, Nick Claxton.
Yeah.
The offensive rating is only 88, but the defensive rating is 132.
Yeah.
Their most efficient lineup is LaMarcus Aldridge, Paul Millsap, KD, Patty Mills, Javon Carter. 116.7 offense rating, 127 defensive rating.
Yeah.
That's with Harden off the floor.
But I think that can be, I don't know, I think that can be kind of misleading considering, especially like, again, even though it's this early in the season, it might be kind of misleading considering that, like, again, Harden needs to play himself into shape. And I feel like once he's in mid-season form, this team should be okay. And I feel like when's the trade deadline? The trade deadline...
Isn't it after the All-Star break or before the All-Star break?
I think it's a little before the All-Star break. Or is it March? Oh, it's after the All-Star break. It's in March.
I think it's March.
I think it's March.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we should hear from... Honestly, I feel like we should hear from Kyrie middle of November. Middle of next month. If we don't hear anything from him, then that's it. He's not playing the whole season.
I think he solidified his stance. I don't think he's going to... I don't know. I feel like Kyrie's just kind of like that. Like, he already has his stance. I think he's done.
He's hard-headed.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see a world where he comes back after all the things he said.
I know.
He said he doesn't want to retire, but like, look, your last resort is to trade him.
It's so... I still don't understand
But
it.
it's like...
It's hard to understand.
I don't know. It's a tricky situation in Brooklyn.
It is.
And the roster, you got LaMarcus Aldridge and Paul Millsap. Not
the youngest.
Javon Carter's giving them good minutes. Joe Harris has been playing pretty bad, right? What's he shooting from 3?
Oh, he's still continuing like the horrible shooting from like the playoffs. I mean, 37.5. I mean, you're getting paid what? Like
they paid him to shoot like 44%.
Yeah.
That's what they're paying him for. But I mean, he's not really hitting his shots. I want to see more Bruce Brown minutes.
I don't know what happened.
He seemed to be pretty valuable in the postseason last year. I know Javon Carter's there, but maybe even more Cam Thomas minutes to help the offense. Patty Mills has been a super good acquisition. Has he missed a 3 yet? Did he finally miss?
Probably, yeah. I hope
I know he started 11 for 11. Something crazy like that.
Let's see. Patty Mills, yeah. He's now shooting 51.6% from 3.
Right. But from what I've seen the first 2 games, he was like 11 for 11 on 3s. So I was like, okay,
oh,
Patty.
yeah.
So
yeah.
They have the offensive pieces. It's just...
It's the defense. Again, this is the same thing that we had concerns of last year, was the defense, and I think the defense got worse, considering that they now have a year older. For all these returning guys like LaMarcus, I mean, he kind of took half a year off.
LaMarcus, I'll give LaMarcus. I watched the Philadelphia game against Brooklyn, and it looked like Portland LaMarcus. He was hitting he was hitting the elbow midi, hitting the turnaround. It looked good. He looked better than what he looked like in the Milwaukee game, where he looked completely washed.
Yeah, like that's the thing. There are gonna be days where where players like this are gonna look washed, and like even though, like their entire team, besides DeAndre Bembry, Millsap, KD, and Bruce Brown have a negative defensive box plus minus, and so that's not gonna do it. But I mean, again, that's the thing about having Kyrie, where if you have Kyrie on the floor, even if James Harden is again 60% of himself, which is what everybody was saying in the playoffs last year, where if you have Kyrie before he got hurt, even if you have Kyrie and KD and you have a 60%, 70% James Harden on the floor, you're gonna win games, and the defense and age aren't gonna matter because you have three weapons and then the pieces around them complement it very well.
Yeah, you lose one of those weapons completely, and then one's not working.
Yeah, then it's hard because now it's like the point again where Steve Nash is gonna have to coach for an entire season without Kyrie.
Can Steve Nash coach?
And that's the thing. That's the thing that I feel like Kyrie is getting so much media attention that we're not paying attention to that. As to like, can Steve Nash coach with this team, considering that one, he's trying to let James Harden run and just like play himself into shape.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a good thing. Which I mean, I guess it is, considering that like, you know, you just gotta let him play, because if you don't let him play, then like he's just not gonna do it, because we've seen before that when he wants to get a little fluffy, he can get fluffy.
Like the honey bun's going.
Yeah, so
I think James Harden just wants to tour with Lil Baby.
He just wants to go a little baby, right?
I think that's where his mind's at. I think that's where his mind's at.
Bledsoe,
he right now, his body's in Brooklyn, but his heart and mind's in Paris with Lil Baby.
With Lil Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also the one thing that's I mean, yeah, that they're, what is it, 18th in defensive rating. They're surprisingly last in offensive, second to last offensive rating, which again,
that's what their game's preface on, like being just a juggernaut on offense.
Yeah.
And scoring points, running the other team out the building, and we're seeing that like when they're not able to run the other team out the building.
Yeah, they were held to 93 points against Miami, which again I think serves more to Miami's defense than Brooklyn's offense. But still, you're supposed to be able to average. Like last year, they averaged what, 118.
Yeah, I think they broke the record for the highest offensive rating.
Yeah. So that was with Kyrie and KD, right?
Yeah.
And then eventually added James Harden. So when you have Kyrie on the floor and a 60% James Harden and KD, you have a chance, because again, that's what the entire offense is prefaced on. Because when you lose one, and then you see the other players that have to step up, you're not sure if they can step up. One, because of age, because that's how contracts work, where if you have three basically max players, the other 12 spots in the roster have to be kind of veterans but can still kind of play. So like Patty Mills, again, how old is he? 32, right? Patty Mills, yeah, 33. And then you got Joe Harris, who's only a shooter.
Big money for a shooter.
Bruce Brown obviously has shown good value. I just don't know why they're not playing him as like
I think it's because he can't shoot the ball. Maybe that's why.
But
like
when you have him at the power forward position,
that's where he's most valuable. But I don't know if Steve Nash said, "Oh, we need more shooting on the floor."
And it's funny because I feel like the whole offense is kind of already set. It's a copycat league, right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole offense is already set for them if they have Bruce Brown at power forward, because you put Kyrie at shooting guard, James Harden at point guard, KD at small forward, Bruce Brown at the power forward.
Who's the 5?
Who does that remind you of? That reminds me of the fucking Golden State Warriors offense. You put Bruce Brown and Draymond Green in Draymond Green parole. That's totally possible. And you have Nick Stockton at the 5. It's literally there for you. But again, there's no Kyrie.
Yeah, that's true.
And so when you have them, and then again when you lose Kyrie, Patty Mills is not anywhere close to Kyrie anyway. Javon Carter's like nowhere near like.
Yeah, like we said with the Kawhi thing, you're gonna have to have multiple guys try to fill those shoes, and
yeah, and it's just hard.
You don't just fill 26, 50, 40, 90 with Patty Mills.
With Patty Mills, which just literally coming down screens, never stops moving, shooting screen, and then you have like Paul Millsap 36, which now is looking like a horrible end to the Jeff Green. Jeff Green. If you lose defense,
I would have kept
Millsap.
I would have kept Jeff Green.
I would have kept Jeff Green as well because they had a good relationship with KD. I don't know why they would let him go. It's funny because we were saying that it's player for player, but now it feels like Jeff Green's way more valuable. Blake Griffin, no knees. He's 32, but he just has no knees. He can put down a couple dunks still, kind of, but it's just not gonna be enough. LaMarcus, 36, has flashes, and it's kind of similar to Carmelo.
Yeah.
Anthony, what's going on in LA?
Like playing big minutes like that, I don't know if it's gonna work.
It's not gonna work. 18, and Carmelo's averaging, I think, around the same. And like you were saying in what game where he looked like Portland
against Philadelphia.
Yeah, right. Carmelo had that game against Memphis, right? And then the rest of the games are like okay, they're just a washed veteran, like not washed, but like just like a veteran having a team just because you need to fill out a roster spot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's time for Cameron Thomas to be unleashed. I feel like it's time. You got to start putting. I mean, he's averaging only 3 minutes a game, which it's just scrub minutes. Which is probably the minutes they got from like the Bucks game.
Who knows?
And like
let him go out there. Maybe he could kind of fulfill that shot creating that you lose with Kyrie. But I don't know if this team, fixes anything unless Kyrie comes back. What do you think?
I think it's just Kyrie. I think
if Kyrie comes back, if Kyrie comes around, okay, the Nets are back on. But like,
if he never comes,
can we say that?
No.
Can we say this team is still title favorites?
They're like a 4th seed. They go down to 5, maybe 6. Honestly,
like, is this team have enough depth to compete in the playoffs? I don't know. I don't think LaMarcus Aldridge.
In a 7-game series, if you gave me Brooklyn and New York, I'm taking New York. I'm taking the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, even like a Brooklyn Milwaukee series, say that happened.
Oh,
sweet. Say Kyrie doesn't come back and the Nets somehow are like a 6 seed or a 7 seed, and you get like a first round series against Milwaukee, who's like a 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's a Buck sweep, maybe 5.
After we saw from opening night.
Yeah.
I mean. And that's going to be tough for them unless, like we said, Kyrie. And I think this is solely dependent on Kyrie.
It is really. I don't think he understands how much pressure. I mean, obviously, again, I don't think he goes through the fucking...
Yeah, and then I wonder how long it takes James Harden to, come back.
Yeah, I don't know how long that takes as well.
I mean, something we definitely got to monitor.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, another team, the next team,
Oh yeah, the team that I was promised were gonna be first in the Western Conference. They were gonna waltz their way into the finals, the LA Lakers.
Yeah, there are some things.
I thought it could have worked, and so far
I didn't think it worked.
I'm not mad that I'm wrong. I'm enjoying this too.
No, yeah, but we talked about it in the GM overview.
Yeah.
Where this could either be the 2018 Cavs. Or this could be the best thing ever. And this is starting to look like 2018 Cavs. The Lakers should be 0-5 right now. It's funny is that they're not winning games. They're not winning games. The other team is losing them. Yeah. They're not winning games at all. They've okay, the first we'll go in order.
Opening night. They lose to the Warriors.
Where Curry is shooting.
You lose to Nemanja Bjelica.
Which, okay, first game, fine. All right.
I understand.
Next game, Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix.
The team you wanted your revenge on.
Right.
For them salsa dancing. And,
Yeah.
No. It was the curse of the salsa dance from Andre Drummond, remember?
Oh, yeah. The freaking backup thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that.
You lose to Phoenix.
You lose to Phoenix, you tell Cameron Payne to humble himself.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you go out there and go fucking do something instead of just hanging out in the backcourt on offense and defense? How about that?
Yeah, that is true. That is one thing to point. LeBron spent a whole possession.
On
Instead of running back on offense, he's
offense.
just talking to the
I've
Phoenix fans.
never seen that before.
I've never seen that
Not
before.
even on I've seen it. Okay, obviously on defense, I get defense because it's just like, okay, you turn the ball over, you don't want to go back. But offense, how do you not want to?
No, there were some people saying, "Oh, LeBron was trying to stop the cherry pick from Cam Johnson." Cam Johnson was already back in the half court. Like,
Yeah, he was already there. Like, we're not making excuses for him.
Don't give me none of that.
Okay, so now you start season 0-2, right? Next game, I think it's Memphis. Was that the game where John Moran should? Because I know John Moran had back-to-back, like they played the Lakers and the Clippers. Was this the game where he could have won it because it went to OT, and if he made the 2 free throws or something, then was this the game?
Pull it up. I just know this was the game where LeBron got hurt.
Yeah, I think this was the game.
They were losing most of the game, the Lakers, and they somehow pulled it out at the end. I think it was the John Morant game.
Yeah, this was the John Moran where I think he missed he had 40 points, 10 assists, 3 boards, 3 steals. Completely took over the game.
He missed 2 free throws, sent it over overtime, and then obviously this was the Carmelo game.
Yeah.
He shot, I think Carmelo, what did he shoot? He shoot,
Best game of the year?
I know, it's funny. It's going to be the best game of the year for him. Carmelo, he shot 10 of 15 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3. This is never going to happen. You're going to get this probably like 3 more times. This is never going to happen again. You're going to get this 3 more times and that's it. So this game, you didn't win. You lost. Okay?
Yeah, a couple bounces, you lose this game.
Yeah. Next, a couple free throws, really. Just hit his free throws.
This one too.
This Spurs game?
Another overtime game.
This Spurs game,
I'm be honest, I watched the tail end of this when the Spurs shat the bed in the end of the
because they missed 9 straight free throws.
Yeah.
And obviously this is the first game without LeBron.
Jakob Poeltl was tearing him up down there.
And yeah, he was tearing him up. It's the defense. The defense is so like lackadaisical. It's almost like the offense dictates how they play on defense, which doesn't even make sense. It should be the opposite way. And it's weird that they haven't figured it out. And again, we're making the excuse because it's LeBron. He's going to figure it out. He showed up to this game in a brown gray knitted sweater, gray shorts, gray socks, and like white shoes. And he was like with the glasses. And
you got the whole cat on.
He was next to Frank Vogel coaching it up. And obviously, this is where Russell Westbrook's like, oh, fuck yeah. He's back. You should have seen the Twitter. You should have seen the Twitters.
They were excited.
They were excited. It's like, I'm going to continue to be a fan of Russell Westbrook because all you haters can keep hating because what he shows is that he can win games. Just one game. And they should have lost.
They barely won the game.
And the only reason why why the Russell lovers, the Russell sexuals were coming out was literally because he only had 3 turnovers. The only reason why. If you look, that's the only reason why there are people that can back him up. But if you look at him this season, he has played 5 games, right? 17.8 points, 9.4 assists, 9.4 rebounds,
17% from 3. This is
6 turnovers. 6 turnovers a game, right?
Look at the free throw numbers.
Yeah. Where's the dude? Let me see. Oh shoot, hold on. Let me go to the Lakers thing because I think Dwight Howard is shooting better from the free throw line. Like I wonder, like, if we ever saw this happening. Yeah, Dwight Howard is shooting better from the DeAndre Jordan, who was one of the worst free throw shooters.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. DeAndre Jordan's an improved free throw shooter. He changed his whole routine in Dallas, and he became competent. It's not like when he was with the Clippers. I'll be honest. I saw that. In the
No, but look.
he's not great, but I mean, he's.
But yeah,
improved.
okay.
He's
47.4% from the free throw line. Horrendous, right?
Who's that?
Westbrook.
Yeah.
17.4% from three. Horrendous.
You should see his effective field goal percentage.
Oh, you want me to vomit right now? Hold on.
It's
Hold on. I already feel it. I'm feeling sick already. I'm feeling sick. Russell Westbrook true shooting worst on the team, 45.2. Where's his? Yeah, and he has the second highest usage rate on this team. You know what his VORP is? His VORP is -0.2.
So that means a replacement's better than him.
A replacement's better than
Yeah,
him.
that's. I mean, you're paying $50 million for the guy.
That means you're paying $50 million for like an Avery Bradley who's giving you
And then this has
neutral.
always been like the knock on Westbrook. Like I sort of started to come around, and I'm like, okay, Westbrook, he's a decent player, but he always somehow finds a way. And the more you look into Westbrook, and the more you like see the way he plays, like I don't know if this guy's a winning basketball player.
Listen.
And people like to pull the stats to counter the whole stat fan thing. That he has a winning record when he records a triple double. I don't think that matters.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. That was.
It doesn't
I don't
matter.
know. I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter because listen, I want everybody to know that the reason why Westbrook averages a triple double, I want you to understand where he gets his assists from, because if you look at him play, the way he gets his turnovers is the way he gets his assists, if that makes sense. So let me put this right. So in the Thunder game, he got 10 turnovers, right? But he had 13 assists. Okay. So that means that, let's say, what's the assist turnover rate? What's 13 divided by 10? Okay, 1.3, right? That's the ratio. So that means for every that means for every 3 passes, one's a turnover, more or less.
So 1 in 3.
Yeah. So for every
For every
3 is no.
For every 3 assists, it's a turnover. Is that how it works?
Or it's like no. For every 1.3 assists, there's a turnover.
Oh.
That's what that means.
So it's
That's
like
what that
it's like a 1-to-1.
A 1-to-1 almost. A 1-to-1 almost. Yeah. Just barely. 1-to-1 almost. But let me tell you. So it's almost basically a 50% chance that it's gonna be a turnover or an assist. Okay, so let me put this right. So there are a lot of turnovers that he makes, as to the fact to where let me give. So there's 2 passes, right? 2 passes. One pass, the other same pass, which is usually a Westbrook, the other team turns the ball over, Westbrook comes up with the ball, and AD's way ahead, and there's like 4 defenders around him that are obviously shorter than AD. So what Westbrook does is he lobs it up to him for either a foul or a layup. So
and then
one of those passes is an assist, and one of those passes is turnover.
And the other half ends up with AD being injured.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's a whole different the stat in itself.
25% of those passes end up with AD.
AD on the floor. So what I'm saying is, the turnovers come because he understands. Okay, I can. The pass is there, but it's just a poor attempt at the pass. So for every 1.3 times that he does a lob to that, or that pass occurs, there's a turnover that's gonna happen. So
I'm telling you, if he was a quarterback in the NFL, he'd be benched.
Yeah, he'd be horrible. So what I'm saying is, like, if you look at his turnovers, that's where kind of most of his assists come from. I'm not even sure if I'm making sense right now, but if you did, that's good on you, because like you understand what I'm trying to say. So, and then the other pass that he makes is, I don't know, I think it's so weird because he's been in the league for 13 years now, right?
Yeah.
You would think he'd understand when to lob it on a pick and roll. He still doesn't. I don't know what it is. He has an open layup, or what seems to be an open layup from the angle, but he's like, oh yeah, there's 4 players hanging on to AD's ankles. Let me lob it to him. And it ends up being a turnover because the way he attacks the basket, he brings it all the way up, but the way he goes so strong that his like ligaments don't allow him to contort. He's not a contortionist, right? Like he's not like a Kyrie contortionist, so he can't really like do it because he's huge, right?
Yeah.
So the passes were like he has to like mid-air kind of contort his body backwards and like dump it off to Dwight like behind his head.
Yeah.
Ends up a turnover all the time. But then the only thing that we're gonna see is that there's always the other pass, literally similar play, that ends up being on the highlight reel because he finally made it.
But they don't show the
But they don't show the other ones. And again, that's where when you see the turnovers, that's where you see his assists from. So it's almost like trial and error for this guy.
The higher the turnovers Westbrook has, the more likely he is to have double-digit assists.
Yes, basically. That's what I'm saying. So
That's
like,
interesting. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that.
that's basically what it is. Cause like if you look at him, a lot of the turnovers when you see him, like I was watching Undisputed today, and they replayed all of Westbrook's 10 turnovers. Like 4 of them came from the same attempted pass. Like the same 8 lob to AD, where like AD is surrounded by like 4 players in Westbrook's half court. Another 3 were that same like over the head pass, and then the other leftover were like where he just gets stripped. And I mean those you can't really control. Sometimes you do get stripped, like that's just how it happens. But the other ones, it's like trial and error. It's basically an experiment for him on the floor. So like the more likely he is, yes, like you said, if the more turnovers he gets, the more likely he's gonna get at least like 3 more assists, just because of the trial and error thing. That's what happens.
So, like, we're talking about Westbrook. I think one interesting thing to note is LeBron hasn't been playing, and Westbrook, I guess you could say, he's had his best games in a Lakers jersey. I mean, they're not good games.
They're not good games,
but like statistically
yes.
he's looked his best.
Yeah.
So like, what I'm trying to wonder is how are they gonna make it work when LeBron comes back? That's the thing. Like, how can these two play together?
It took me 5 minutes of the Warriors game to understand this is not gonna work.
Yeah, like you can't have Westbrook as a corner. He can't shoot.
It's not gonna work.
And LeBron's wasted in the corner.
Yeah.
LeBron is best when he's picking apart defenses. That's where LeBron's always been the best. And you're kind of wasting. And then you're trotting out Westbrook with LeBron and DeAndre Jordan, or you're throwing them out there with Dwight Howard. I'm having a hard time like figuring out. I know THT's hurt. Kendrick Nunn is hurt. But like I don't know. I don't know if these lineups where you have 3 kind of. I mean, I'll give credit to LeBron. He's been shooting the ball pretty good in the games he's played. Like, the mid-range has been there. The 3-point shot's been there. But I'm not going to waste our best player, one of our best players, and have him resort to being a corner sitter. Yeah. AD's been playing pretty good this year, too. So it's just kind of the Westbrook. Is this experiment going to work? Does LeBron have, would LeBron trade him?
I don't know. To be honest, I would.
LeBron traded D-Wade.
You would, this thing, you would get way more. You would have gotten way more. The Lakers would be 5-0, indisputably the best team in the West if they traded for Buddy Hield, easily. Is
this them without Westbrook, though?
Oh yeah, without Westbrook. Because they didn't make a trade.
They send Montrez and
Kuz and everyone
all to Sacramento.
Okay, yeah, okay. Easily. This team would have easily been, because it just spaces the floor, and you would have had, because Buddy Hield has a way less had a smaller contract than Westbrook, right? So that means the acquisition of smaller players like they probably would have got Kendrick Nunn. They probably still would have got Avery Bradley. The only reason why they got Avery Bradley is literally only because of the defense. They lost the defense with KCP and Danny Green a year later anyway, and then like Rondo is literally like not what he used to be defensively anyway.
I'm already hearing them say cut Kent Bazemore for Wesley Matthews.
Yeah, Kent Bazemore is a fucking traffic cone.
Yeah, Wesley Matthews. I mean, at least he's a solid defender.
Kent Bazemore is a traffic cone. Let's look at box plus minus of this team because, I mean, defensive because. Only Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan, who are centers, lead the team in defensive box plus minus.
And that's what Frank Vogel's like his whole.
This is kind of ironic.
Like Frank Vogel's whole coaching identity, he's like this defensive coach.
Yeah.
and the defense isn't working. And
It just does. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because like I'm trying to think. Okay, let's
Westbrook isn't a good defender.
he's not a good defender only when he tries. But I mean, he's just like how
Yeah.
how it how it affects him offensively is when he does actually try. But it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Malik Monk is not comfortable. Everyone is talking about Malik Monk, 6th man of the year. He's not comfortable. Carmelo Anthony should not be 14 years difference from Malik Monk and averaging more minutes than him and taking more shots. There have been multiple. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what the offense is. Even with LeBron on the floor, it's Bazemore at the corner, Monk at the 3. I mean the like the corner break, and then Melo at the wing / top of the key, right? And then it's a Westbrook AD pick and roll, or an AD post up, or a Westbrook post up. There is no movement at all unless there's actual sets being run, or they're in transition. But there is no sets being run, and Carmelo.
They're just freestyling.
and like when the post up is not there, Carmelo is the first guy because they rotate over. So Carmelo is the first guy off the post up, like post up's not there, and then he's just chucking that shit up because he's fucking Melo.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna chuck it up, and there's just no real offense. There's no. I don't understand why there's no pick there. I don't know if I have not been watching, but I have not seen a single call for either Malik Monk ISO on the top of the wing or even a pick being set for him. I have seen more picks being set for Austin Reeves than I have for Malik Monk.
I'd give Austin Reeves all the Melo's minutes.
Oh yeah, the only player I give credit to in here is Austin Reeves for being a rookie and being able to play with LeBron, hit shots and like play. And his defense is a kind of underrated.
He's looked
rookie.
pretty solid. I like the way he's been playing.
For a rookie, his defense is pretty underrated. His defense is better than Kent Bazemore as of right now. So I don't know. The offense just doesn't work. The defense is not there because they just lost the pieces defensively, the perimeter defense, and it just doesn't work if you have AD holding his knee after an offensive thing, and then LeBron talking to the other bench not wanting to walk back.
Do you feel? I feel like AD bails out the defense too much.
He does.
Like
he hates contact.
Like
he's such a baby.
Like he'd probably get 10 more points a game at least if he just was stronger around the hole or embraced being around. But instead he bails them out by taking those like 10 to 15 foot fadeaways.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I don't get it.
Just imagine if he embraced the contact. Like I mean, even in New Orleans, it looked like he was more physically.
Yeah,
he was more physical.
Like the amount of they're like kind of two different bodies, but physically Giannis and AD are kind of like probably the two most comparable. You can like body size, like muscle mass that you can kind of come up with.
The way they're able to move.
They're pretty comparable. One doesn't give a fuck. Giannis doesn't care.
Yeah.
Giannis is gonna freaking baby the other center. It doesn't matter. Giannis will. It's funny is that Giannis would literally go at Shaq, while AD is the same, can kind of move, can handle.
Yeah, and then
he's gonna take 10 to 15 footers.
AD will get the ball in the post. He'll face you up. Little jab here, little jab there, and then he'll go for the follow away.
Yeah, and then you hear the hey.
Credit to him. I mean, it's working this year. But I just wish he would be more assertive, you know.
But this is the same thing every year. Yeah. Same thing every year.
Yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't want to do it. Everyone calls him a baby, and then one game he goes off like the Spurs game, and he has 30 and 30 something and 15 on crazy shooting. So I don't know what it is, and I wanted to point out something as well. One last thing for Westbrook. He's been in the league 13 years, right? Mm-hmm. Why haven't you hired a shooting coach?
I don't know.
I feel like that's not talked about.
Here's the thing, like Westbrook, the more you, like I said, if you dive into his game a little bit, not the greatest shooter. Not the greatest. I mean, the assist numbers pop out, but he's not the greatest playmaker.
No.
The highlight dunks, get everybody going great. He's not the greatest finisher.
No.
People think he's athletic, he's a good defender. He's not the greatest defender. So it's kind of like.
I think this is actually the time where I think this is the real Russell Westbrook exposed year.
You think this is what people are going to be like, nah, maybe Russell Westbrook isn't who we think he is.
I think so.
There's always going to be rough defenders.
Yeah, I
started to come around last year.
There's always this because of the triple-double thing.
When I was a kid, I used to think Russell Westbrook was a demon.
Oh, yeah. Athletically, yes.
I was poisoned by the dunks.
Because athletically, no one can compare to him athletically. But
and then as you grow up, you kind of see, like...
Yeah. Because when you get older, you can't rely athletically anymore, right? Obviously, we've seen LeBron. And LeBron perfected his jump shot as to now where he's not attacking the rim anymore, but I kind of like it because he's opening the floor.
I was saying when I got older.
Oh, no. But I'm talking about, with, like, the players, too. Like
guys who were physically dominant when they were younger, like the great ones, they start to shift their game.
No, yeah, that's why there are some players that, like, are, even though they're young, they're still starting to do that.
Yeah.
Like Giannis. You could easily see Giannis still kind of be something by 33, 34, because he's going to continue to work that jump shot. But, like, for Russell Westbrook, it's just so gifted athletically that now we're seeing, okay, you have to be methodical. And now we're seeing a lot of holes in the game because a lot of people forget he was not averaging triple-doubles until, like, 4 years ago. Because his first year averaging a triple-double
it was
the year without KD, right?
It was him, Oladipo, and Baby Sabonis.
Exactly,
and Steven Adams.
I don't know how that didn't occur to nobody. How the first year's averaging a triple-double is without another star, which obviously you're going to. If you're the best player athletically, you're going to get.
It was my career.
It
was my career. He had the green lights to do everything.
All I gotta do is, if all I had to do was drop it off to Steven Adams for 20 times a game, I'd be averaging a triple-double too. And the rebounds, I hope nobody brings up rebounds anymore, because rebounds are not what they used to be. Rebounds are not what they used to be. Since there's now stretch fours and stretch fives, nobody's in the paint anymore, especially to grab offensive rebounds because the pace is so high. Yeah, so rebounds are so inflated now, where like
the league,
you've seen it, right?
Yeah, no, like the league's shifting now, where like teams, they have the bigs block out, so that way they can get their primary guard to rebound, and then we just start the offense from there.
Yeah, so that's how it works. So, I mean, DeAndre Jordan and Dwight Howard probably lead the league in box outs or something, and then Westbrook just averages 20. I gotta get the fuck out of here. But so it doesn't make any sense, and the Anthony Davis, like, that's why the offensive the rebounding numbers have been inflated since 2015. Ever since the Warriors revamped the offense to where the pace is just threes. So now everyone is so scared of having a three being shot in like the next 4 seconds that nobody boxes out. So let me get back on D. So,
I know it's kind of overreaction right now, but when they get all their pieces back and it's still happening and they're still kind of playing like the way they are, as a Laker fan, or like, when do you think Laker fans should panic? Like Christmas?
I'm panicking right now. Y'all should be 0-5.
I'm not there yet. I mean, I'm overreacting to this. I think it's crazy.
I mean, the Thunder are the worst team in the league.
That's true, and they blew a 26.
You blew a 26-point lead.
Oh, sure.
So they are now the worst team in the league.
If they look like this in late November, I'd start panicking.
Cleveland looks better than them.
I'd start panicking.
Cleveland looks better than them.
Yeah.
New Orleans looks better than them. The only team worse than them, I'd say, is Detroit, only because they don't have Kid Cunningham.
No, Portland's look pretty bad.
Oh, Portland looks horrible, yes, too. But even then, this should not be in the conversation where the Lakers are the worst team in the league through 5 games. But as we're going through teams like the Thunder, a lot of people are. I just love to see, because I was really high on Giddey.
Yeah.
And I just love to see how people are finally now giving him credit, because I thought his weakness was basketball.
I mean,
isn't that what they said?
That's what they said. But he's kind of showing us what we thought he could be.
He is
a big facilitator.
So smooth.
And he can score the ball. He's scoring the ball way better than I thought he would have been able to score.
Yeah.
He's coming off a screen, shooting the three. He's taking guys off the bounce with finesse, hitting the floater, and then he's 6'9". So
Yeah.
he's able to see all these passing angles that other guys can't see. I'm scared.
He's leading the league in assists. He's leading the league in assists per game and total assists among rookies. And he just looks really nice.
Like he looks like
He scored.
he looks like he belongs in the NBA.
Yeah, he does. He had the winning, basically the game sealing play against the Lakers in yesterday's game, and the amount of trust to one they were doubling shy the whole game. I mean the last like 4 minutes of the game. So that's the luxury of having another lanky 6'9" ball handler that you can give it to seal the game.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And his game, I love his game. Obviously, we only saw his game through highlights when we were doing like the prospects, like ranking and stuff like that. But his game is really smooth.
I saw a play. He got the ball on the wing. I forgot who he took off the dribble.
Oh yeah, he took like
And
he
then
was hitting guys off.
I forgot who cut it in, but he kind of threw this like wicked pocket pass. I was just like, there's only a couple guys making that pass.
Yeah, for sure.
And just being able to see that as a rookie, people are saying, well, Josh Giddey might be a project. We don't know when he's gonna start performing. I mean, OKC's probably been the best place for him.
Yeah, because I mean, there's no pressure. There's no reason.
There's no obligations over there.
Nah, you just gotta do your thing, and that's what he's doing. He's showing his game.
Yeah.
I think what were his best games so far? I think he had a 19-point, 10 rebound, 8 assists, like 4 steal game.
Yeah, first or last game, 18, 10, 2. He had a 19, 8 and 7 and 4 steals.
Oh, that's the game.
While shooting 50% from 3.
Yeah.
So
he's gonna go. I just love his. Again, the floater is one of the most important shots in the game right now.
That's what surprised me.
His floater game is really nice.
Yeah, just being 6'9", dude.
Yeah.
Not many people are blocking a 6'9" guy's floater.
No. It's just like Jokic's like.
Him and Shai would
little.
be a nice little duo.
It's a nice duo.
In the coming years.
That's a nice duo.
I liked what I saw. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm very surprised by him. And again, we knew that this is one of the deepest draft classes we have seen in a while.
Yeah.
And it's the players you're not really expecting that are doing well, like Chris Duarte is the rookie of the year right now.
On against Chris Duarte.
He's the rookie of the year right now.
I like to mention Rick Carlisle.
Okay.
He didn't like playing rookies much in Dallas.
Uh-huh.
Only 2 rookies he played was like Dennis Smith and
Uh-huh.
Luka. That was it. Chris Duarte's playing like 37 minutes a night.
37
minutes a night. What's his 3-point percentage?
Something ridiculous. I think it's like
It was like in the 40s. Something like that.
Let me see. Let me open it. Where, bro? I literally had the page open so I can have the 3-point percentage. I have his field goal percentage.
His 3-point percentage this year 41.
Oh.
Okay, 41%. So I was watching some Chris Duarte tape, and the way like Rick Carlisle was kind of utilizing him.
41% from the field too.
So when the Mavericks had Seth Curry, that's what I'm kind of seeing. What Chris Duarte do.
Okay.
Like, Rick Carlisle's using him as Seth Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Iverson cuts to get him the ball on the wing. He's letting him operate on the baseline, letting him find the pull-up midi. He's having him spot up in the corner, letting him go off the dribble, shoot the 3. Like, that's what Seth Curry was for the Mavericks. He was kind of like that secondary playmaker.
Yeah.
Just pull up middies. He's a good guy to have in the corner because of his gravity. So that's what I kind of got reminded by, and it's working out pretty good for him.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, he's averaging 18.6 points right now, leading in rookies.
14th pick.
14th pick, and when we had it, it was surprising. I think it was pretty surprising for us.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that he was the oldest guy in the draft,
yeah.
But he was we knew he was the most NBA ready.
We knew he would be. He was like the guy most likely to come in and just contribute right away.
Yeah, but we weren't expecting him to go that high. But obviously now we see why he went this high.
Yeah.
It's just like he's the rookie of the year. I don't see anybody, and it's funny because
at the end of the year, let's say it comes down to him and Jalen, because Jalen Green is averaging 14.5 on 4 boards, 2.5 assists. If they average the same exact stats, you know who they're giving it to, right?
The guy who's higher in the playoffs.
They're giving it. No, they're gonna give it to Jalen Green. It
so?
brings the money.
You think so? That's true.
They're not gonna give it to Chris. Remember the last time? Everybody forgets Malcolm Brogdon won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Because it didn't bring him money. Nobody cares. If they average very similar, like 0.2, 0.1 out of all stats, they're gonna give it to Jalen Green.
I think it should be determined by the playoffs.
Which I mean,
because isn't that what it should be, like, coming down? I know Jalen Green, he's the attractive, hot guy, you know.
Yeah.
But, like, Rookie of the Year, if you got a rookie who's contributing right away and helping a team make the playoffs, I mean, obviously you got to give it to the guy who's being a contributor.
Yeah, no, and what's the Pacers record right now? I mean, it's not.
They're not too great right now.
They're not too great. 1-4, but
yeah.
I mean, like, you know.
They did blow
Houston's 1-3.
They did blow a big lead to Charlotte.
Yes, I saw that.
So.
But I mean, it's just the overall impact. Like, he's the most NBA ready. The I saw some tape as well.
I don't know if the defense is there.
No, the defense is not gonna come for the defense is kind of hard for a rookie to stay on defense. Like, yeah, obviously you get demons like Scotty Barnes just because like that's how they are. Evan Mobley or Davion Mitchell, but you know the defense. What is he? He's let me see. He's what 6'5", 6'6".
6'6",
6'6", yeah. So I mean that's a good frame. That's a good place to start from.
I'm telling you, like if you ever have free time, look at Maverick Seth Curry tape, and then look at like Chris Duarte. I'm telling you, I was like, oh my God, Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, and this guy has the green light in a lot. I mean, he shot 21 shots, only made 6. But the fact that he has the green light, as a rookie, and he's starting. As a 14th pick, usually you don't really see 14th picks start. Usually it's like maybe only top 5 start. You don't even see 7th, 8th anymore. It's like James Bouknight was 7th, I think, or 8th, and he's not even starting.
Karis LeVert's not playing yet, right?
No, I don't think so. I think that's why he's in there. But it's obviously good now that once Karis comes back, you have a go-to bench guy to pair him to where he's a scorer, TJ McConnell's the playmaker, and you have 2 ball handlers on the court.
He got some Tim Hardaway Jr. in his game too.
Oh, he's ridiculous.
He's for like his career, he's gonna be like an offensive spark plug.
Yeah, he's gonna be a THJ Jordan.
I really surprised, and I like what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Big W to the Pacers.
Big W to the Pacers. Jalen Green. So Jalen Green has almost killed somebody.
His bag is deep.
His bag is really deep. He's nice.
I was
really nice.
watching him play against the Mavs. Oh my God. He was hitting some shots. I was like, oh my God, there's no way.
I'm gonna watch him tonight because they play my Jazz tonight. So I'm gonna watch some of him tonight.
Thank God he's playing for Houston because some of the shit he pulls off in games. Right to the doghouse.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, but he makes it, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's some crazy shit this guy does.
They got a lot of hoopers in Houston.
Yeah, and like in Summer League, I think I saw a couple Summer League games. Because I was in Vegas, but not for that, but I saw a couple Summer League games. This dude pulls off, like, literally...
Some of the combos.
Rucker Park.
Some of the combos. And then he'll fade away.
Yeah.
Rainbow swish.
Yeah.
The defense isn't there yet.
Oh, yeah. So that was a concern. He's too skinny.
I don't know if he'll ever be a plus defender in the NBA.
He's too skinny.
But in terms of buckets.
Oh, and this guy's a bucket.
And just be able to put in the hoop. I think Jalen Green could have a year in his career where he averages like 30 points.
Easily. Just because, like, just defensively and the way he could fly as well athletically. Yeah. Who did he almost kill? He almost murdered somebody on the floor.
I forgot who it was.
But it's so funny because it was going viral. It was like, this kid's 18 and already attempting murder in the NBA. But yeah, he almost got it. I mean, I have Kevin Porter Jr. in fantasy. He's not doing too well. But, I mean, they have a place to start with him. I mean, averaging 14.5, hitting crazy buckets like that over, like, pretty established defenders.
And we kind of got our taste of him against Boston. He put up 30.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that was his 30 game, right?
It was like his coming out party. He had 30. What was the 3-point? On 8 of 10 from 3.
That's
as
just-
a rookie.
as a
man,
rookie,
just
80%
coming
from
out
three.
8 to 10, and everyone just catch and shoot. It was,
They were like moving like
Yeah,
behind the
yeah.
back, like
three step
he's
step
just,
back
he's just
threes.
a pure scorer.
He's a pure scorer, and I mean that's what we were expecting from him.
Yeah.
So I mean it's not to anyone's surprise, but I mean again the defense needs to come around. But I mean he's just an all around scorer, and there's like there are gonna be times like he has a Steph Curry esque way to his game, in the way where like you know how Steph Curry where there are times where the dude cannot miss, and even if you're getting killed, you're hearing Mike bring bangs every 3 seconds, you're still dropping your jaw like what the like
Yeah.
that's cold.
Can
So-
you say about that?
Can't do shit by that. It's cold. And so he has this to his game where like this dude is gonna go 10 points in a minute, and then like just to come back, tie the game with like a minute left. This dude's gonna get an ISO, hit a crazy step back like
Yeah.
park shit,
He's like a volume scorer.
rainbow
Like that.
it, swish it,
Yeah.
and you're like, there's nothing you can do about that. He
Yeah.
has that to his game where it's just like, where it's just like in the off season, it's like, oh man, I miss this guy playing.
Oh yeah.
He's so fun to watch.
Yeah. I going into the season, I wasn't really like, oh, let me turn on some Rockets games. But after seeing what he did to my team, definitely be tuning in.
Yeah, we were
I mean, the analytics aren't gonna like Jalen Green his rookie year.
Oh, no,
He
no,
has
no.
a lot of shots, but
Yeah.
he's a
Well,
volume.
he has to.
He's a volume scorer. He's a microwave.
Yeah, and that's what you're gonna see from this game. Like that, there are gonna be kids with his jersey on. There are gonna be kids who are gonna try to pull shit off. Who are just gonna wrong Mitchell. who are gonna put his jersey on, try crazy ass shit that he does.
I wonder what else he could add to his game. Because I mean, the offensive back's kind of, it's pretty nice right now.
It's not. I think.
and
I think
he's
it's
only
just.
he's only like 19, 20.
Yeah, it's just the methodicalness.
Like when to
When
pull
and where. Just the when and
up.
where.
Yeah.
When and where, and
better,
like
better shot IQ.
when and where. Yes, the shot IQ. But I mean now, they're supposed to lose, so he has the green light
And then
from Steven Silas. Just put it up.
and
Put it
then
up. Hope it goes in.
it'd be interesting to see if he ever becomes like a playmaker.
Yeah, that's another thing.
'Cause,
Just
hey,
the assist.
when you're able to score like that, a lot of things open up for your teammates. So that's one thing to keep out for Jalen Green.
Yeah,
As we watch his career unfold.
And he's I think he's leading the team in
Assists?
assists.
Nah, he's at 2.5.
Oh, he's at 2.5.
I don't know. I don't know who else is.
Probably-
if he is, that's horrible.
It's probably Kevin Porter Jr. I hope. Or like, oh, this is the wrong season. I hope he is. Oh no. Oh, it's Kevin Porter Jr. with 6. Okay, thank God. Yeah. Yeah, you can't have Jay Sean Tate averaging more assists than Jalen Green. That can't happen. And Eric Gordon, get the hell out of here. I don't know why you're saying.
Hey, he put on his best come and trade for me game against the Mavericks.
Yeah.
And he couldn't miss. So I think that's what we're gonna be seeing for Eric Gordon. He's gonna be putting a bunch of tapes together. Hey, come get me.
Eric Gordon and the Nets.
Get me out of here.
Eric Gordon and the Nets
Yeah,
are Lakers.
he still
He's
has.
going to one of them.
He's still able to contribute on a contender. So.
Eric Gordon and the Nets are Lakers, and he's a pretty decent defender. So
But talking about defenders, off night, Davion Mitchell. I'm still trying to find his freaking opponent field goal percentage because I think he held Donovan Mitchell to like 0 for something when he was guarded by him, and then he held his own against. He held his own. I think it was. Did he play? Has he played Damian Lillard yet? Who was it? But I'm still trying to find it. Like, why are they shooting against him? Because I know it's horrible. Let me look.
Let me type this in.
Bro, I've tried. I literally do not know where to find it. Maybe it's in here. Advanced? What if it's in advanced? Please tell me. Advanced. Steal percentage? No. Turnover percentage? What's funny is that he has
So
a...
Twitter has it for his college career, which was 29%, but I can't find his NBA career.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they should already have it, but... let me just... Here, let me do this, because I have no idea where to find his, like, primary defender or when guarded by. I have no idea where to find that, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to look at the... Fuck, how do I... Oh, scores. I'm going to look at the past games that he's played, and I'm just going to assume... that he guarded them.
I tried opponent field goal percentage when guarded by Davion Mitchell, nothing like that.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to tell, but let's see. He held... I'm assuming... Let's see. Let's assume he guarded Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Chris Paul only shot 1 for 10 this game. Let's assume, right? Previous game against the Warriors, he pretty much held his own against Steph Curry. If I remember, I saw a couple clips. The Clippers. Oh shoot, wrong team. Oh fuck, I don't know where to go.
I haven't really watched too much Davion Mitchell this season, but I do know that he's...
Not yet, because like he hasn't had his game yet. But I mean, everybody knows defensively that he's not one to fuck with. Like Donovan Mitchell, 9 of 25 from the field that night. And then against Portland. So yeah,
I heard he didn't guard Dame much. That's what I heard on. I looked it up right now, and a Reddit post said.
He didn't guard. I mean, well, let's assume he guarded both Damian and CJ. Damian shot 8 of 24, and then CJ shot 14 of 24. So go with that.
I mean, the only issue I could see right here is the 3-point.
It's 3-point shooting, which is kind of ironic.
22%.
It's kind of ironic considering that was literally he's supposed to be a 3-and-D guy. I mean, he was a Baylor.
Can we compare him to like Lou Dort?
As of now, yes.
I mean,
a smaller Lou Dort.
The torture chamber.
The torture chamber. A smaller Lou Dort, yeah. I mean, defensively, no one can compete with him. Like amongst rookies.
Yeah.
But it's kind of ironic because I'm looking at his defensive box plus minus, and it's negative. He's at a negative 1.5. But I think that's
just based off the eye test.
Based off the eye test, he has the ability, and I mean it's the Kings, so I think doesn't
that factors in the rest of the team.
Yeah, because it estimates defensive points per 100 possessions as a player contributed, translates to an average. Yeah, so I mean on an average, so it's kind of kind of wrong because of the team he plays in, but. I mean, defensive wise, yes. Offensively, it's just been and I mean he's averaging 26 minutes a game. That's off the bench minutes. That's clear off the bench minutes.
Yeah, he's like one of the first guys off the bench.
Yes, 35% from the field, 22% from 3, 50% from the free throw line, 2 boards, 4 assists, a steal, half a turnover. So I mean, I don't know. The offense is a question mark, which is why we were so hesitant on why he went so high in the draft. But I mean,
I still might have some doubts.
We still have doubts, but I think we were kind of excited when we saw him in Summer League. We were very excited when we saw him in Summer League. But now that he's in the league, we'll see how he does in an 82 game season. But now it's defensively no one can compete. Offensively, there's a bit. So, but I don't think we either have watched enough Kings.
I haven't watched enough Kings. Just from what I've seen in the Summer League. But let me read out some names real quick.
Let me see.
So.
For what?
The Kings picks, right?
Okay.
Would you rather have Davion Mitchell or James Bouknight?
Bouknight.
Davion Mitchell or Zaire Williams?
Mitchell.
Davion Mitchell or Chris Duarte?
Oh, Chris Duarte.
They could have Chris Duarte. Davion Mitchell or Moses Moody? He hasn't played much.
Davion.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it right here.
Those are the players that came after him.
Chris Duarte would have been nice.
Chris Duarte would have been nice in Sacramento.
Josh Primo. Corey
I watched the Spurs game against the Lakers. I don't think Primo played the whole game.
I haven't heard much of Corey Kispert either.
He's been coming off the bench.
Trey Murphy. I guess for where they picked him, I guess it was okay.
From where they picked him, yes. I think they only missed out on
Duarte, maybe
Duarte, maybe Moody.
maybe Bouknight if he pans
Yeah,
out.
maybe Bouknight. But I mean, Davion, defensively, I'm all in. Offensively, he needs to find it. It's probably just the sets they run. It's probably that it's just not the same.
We gotta remember
in
who their
college.
we gotta remember who their coach is.
Yeah, it's Luke Walton. So I mean, it's just not going to be the best. It's just not the best situation. But we'll see if we figure this out. I mean, he doesn't have the same bag as Josh Giddey does. Obviously, he's not as big as Josh Giddey. He's not as big as Chris Duarte. He's not as big as Jalen Green. So, height-wise. So, I mean, Davion Mitchell is 6 feet. So, I'm pretty sure that probably has a play to it, considering that
I mean, he
6 foot guards.
I'm sorry, he could play his best defense.
He could play his best defense offensively.
Sometimes, NBA players, their offensive bags, they're gonna hit that shot.
Yeah.
But I mean, nothing bad about it. He's still got to give effort on defense. And
Yeah.
he definitely.
Especially since if you play someone because obviously there's just more and more freaking demons, right? Like they're gonna be 6'3" big guards, 6'5", as tall as 6'6". So at some point, you could play the best defense of your life as they dribble the ball, but all I have to do is shoot over you, and then you're just not a problem anymore.
Yeah, there's only so much you could do to some of these NBA guys. There's only so much you can do.
There's only so much you can do. It's they just hit the shots. They just hit the shot, and nothing you can do.
You just gotta tip your cap. And
Yeah.
all right, next possession.
Yeah. But I mean, as one of those demons is Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes has proven to be.
I really like. I might say, I like him more than Jalen Suggs right now.
Oh yeah, I haven't fucking heard. I've heard more of Franz Wagner right now than I've had of
I
Jalen
think
Suggs.
the Raptors made the right choice.
Yeah, I think so too.
Definitely made the right choice.
And we were so like, what the fuck?
Mean, I thought it made sense. Jalen Suggs in Toronto, plays Kyle Lowry, but definitely
Scotty Barnes.
I really like this. Him and OG Anunoby.
Oh yeah, OG Anunoby has been a very
are a really nice tandem.
Yeah. Let's see. He's averaged 17 points per game. On 8.2 rebounds, 2.5 assists, half a steal, his arms are ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
Have you seen the shots that he's been hitting?
Yeah.
He's been hitting turnaround Jays. He's been getting to the paint.
Like a la Kawhi.
Yeah.
Sort of like he even slowed down Luka for a little bit when they played Toronto.
Yeah. His arm defensively, again, this guy is a defensive demon considering how big he is. And he's been getting good minutes. He's averaging 34 and a half.
This guy was a 6-man in college. A 6-man in college.
Yeah, and I mean, defensively it's there. Offensively, there is it just benefited him so much that he was able to play point guard in college.
Yeah.
The amount of the luck that he has to have to be able to be in that situation in the first place in Florida State, where he's as big as he is. What is he? 6'9"? 6'9". To be able to play point guard in college like that, that's a very good situation that he landed himself in. That's just how life works. So obviously that helped him, and it's ridiculous what he's doing right now. I think his best game was against Boston.
25 and 12.
Yeah, 25 and 12, 2 assists, 100% from the free throw line. 50% from 3. Obviously, the 3-point percentage.
I think he'll figure that out.
He'll figure it out. The 3-point shooting will be figured out. I mean, he's only 19, 20.
Yeah.
And then
braces.
Yeah, and then 11 of 17. Just the way 11 of 17 from the field, and then I saw a couple clips from it where he hit the ability to run down on 3-on-2 fast breaks, 2-on-1 fast breaks. He just makes the best decision for a rookie, and he's able to space it out, set. The pick and roll of him and Pascal Siakam is kind of
We haven't seen that yet.
We haven't seen it yet?
No,
he has played?
Pascal's been hurt.
Oh, he's been hurt?
Yeah,
oh, damn.
Yeah. But Pascal, OG, Scotty Barnes, I like it.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah.
That.
So, when that happens, when the pick and roll happens, that's very, that's a pretty luxury to have.
You think Detroit fans are getting kind of worried? We haven't seen Cade Cunningham. We're seeing the way Scotty Barnes is playing. We're seeing the way Jalen Green is playing. Josh Giddey. We're going to talk about Evan Mobley right now.
Yeah.
Are you? If you're a Pistons fan, are you worried?
I'm not worried. I mean, I guess I'd be worried in the way of is he healthy?
That's what I'd be worried about. But I mean, obviously, we just haven't seen enough. I mean, in summer league, we saw what the ceiling for him.
He kind of teased us a bit.
I mean, yeah, because he got
appetizer,
hurt.
A little
Yeah, appetizer. We got a little appetizer. But for Cade, I don't think it's just anything to worry about. I think it's just like he's just you want him to get completely healthy.
I guarantee you, Cade starts off slow, that whole fan base is gonna be in shambles.
Oh yeah, and then you're gonna have. When does Jalen Green come to Detroit?
Not sure, but there's.
I think that's on ESPN, right?
Yeah. Of course they had to put that.
Yeah.
1 versus 2.
I can't wait to see that game, especially if Cade's healthy.
Jalen Green's actually gonna walk in the arena with
with booze.
No, he's gonna come into the arena with a Dorito on his shoulder,
Oh.
with a chip on his shoulder. That's what he's gonna walk into the arena.
I
with.
never thought in my 19
No,
years
he'll
of
pull it off.
existence.
He'll pull it.
I know. I never thought in my 19 years of existence I'd ever be excited to watch a Rockets Pistons game.
Ever, like, that's such a weird combo to put together, but yeah. So I mean, I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think we're able to see what he can do later on when he gets healthy. But as of now, like, let's just talk to Evan Mobley right now.
Yeah.
Let's just talk to him. Evan's nice.
Yeah, Evan Mobley.
Defensively,
He's one of those things where like people in summer league were like, oh my god, he's not it.
yeah, because of the
And now he's showcasing what like we all thought he'd be, being able to guard the perimeter, guard 1 through 5, hit a little bit of jumpers here and there, finish around the rim, protect the rim, which is very valuable. I just don't know Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, and Markkanen if that lineup is gonna work. It's been working for him.
it's been working.
But I don't know. Long term, it definitely I don't know.
They're saying that Bickerstaff is playing 2K
Oh yeah.
because they're marking at 3.
I always felt like Mobley, like I mentioned it, like in his draft thing, and his profile, like if he could get to like that ability to hit jumpers or fadeaways like AD, like that'd be very nice. If he was able to develop an outside shot, like the possibilities are endless for what they could do with him.
Yeah, and I mean he's getting there. His best performance was against the Hawks, where he had 17 points on 58.3% from the field, 100% from the free throw line, 11 boards and an assist, 2 steals and 4 blocks. So defensively, he's there. I mean, he's averaging a steal and 2 blocks. So defensively, because of how big he is at 7 feet, 7'1",
Like 6'11", 7 feet, I think.
7 feet. Fucking, I don't believe 6'11", guys.
Why?
There's no way,
My guy Myers Leonard is 6'11".
dude. I saw him. I told you, right? I saw him at Nordstrom.
The
To be honest, like,
fall off.
I don't know if it was just because he was far away. It wasn't even that far away. That's the thing.
He looked like he was like 6'9".
Yeah, he doesn't look
Yeah, some of
6'11".
these guys lie.
Yeah, he's not 6'11". I know for a fact. Myers, if you're listening to this, you're not 6'11". I saw you at Nordstrom. You're literally not that much taller than your wife, and your wife's probably like my height.
Like that?
Yeah.
Imagine like all this time LeBron's like actually like 6'4".
Yeah. What if we're like being lied to? What if like these heights aren't what we think to be?
Trey Burke's like 5'7".
Davion Mitchell's like 5'5". But yeah, so like I mean, Evan Mobley has been able to show and as a rookie, for him to be able to catch it by the free throw line, there's been clips where I've been seeing him where he's been catching it by the free throw line, and making the right decision, like literally, because what it is, especially for rookie centers, is that they get very antsy as to like. I need to make a play.
They get flustered.
They get flustered because obviously the physical contact from the defender, and like if you're getting in that situation, you have to make the right decision, whether to pass out, post up, hit the jumper over him, floater, whatever. But he's shown where he's shown his ability to stay calm and just turn around, hit the jumper, hit Markkanen in the corner. You got Sexton. Sexland.
He's out of there by next year.
Oh, Sexton's probably out of there by this year.
But
there's good promise for Evan.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that Hawks game a little bit of it. And he was giving Trae Young problems.
Yeah.
Trae Young drove by him, and then he recovered with his length and blocked the shot. So I think we'll be able to see more of that from him.
Evan Mobley is just the more athletic Rudy Gobert.
You're gonna say that?
Yeah.
He could actually
Already.
He could shoot the ball.
That's why I said more athletic. Rudy Gobert's not athletic. That's why.
Nah,
That's why he can't shoot the ball.
He's a more skillful Rudy Gobert.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is. He's a Rudy Gobert that can shoot.
Yeah.
And it's more athletic. Like I'm telling you, at some point we're gonna say Evan Mobley.
I feel like he's kind of a little lean, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's a little.
Evan Mobley is gonna put some muscle and he's gonna average Rudy Gobert numbers.
I hope so.
He's going to. I mean, he's already averaging 2 blocks a game.
So
about
for
five
the
through
fans
5
of
games.
Cleveland, those Cleveland fans deserve something.
He's going to be. He's going. I don't know if it's just me, but there's a lot of Rudy Gobert in this game.
Yeah.
Defensively, Rudy Gobert, but offensively, like Chris Bosh.
What about a better DeAndre Ayton?
They're different. It's weird. Is they're both 7 feet, but it's different bodies. I don't think. Weirdly enough, I don't think Evan can. Evan is more to Anthony Davis, Chris Bosh, offensively. DeAndre Ayton is more to David Robinson, Shaq.
I know you didn't just compare.
Not like, I mean, obviously dominant wise, no, body wise, no, but like I meant like game. They're so different. I don't know what it is, but they're very different. They're both 7 feet, but like Evan's just lankier and it just looks weirder. Like I don't know what it is. I feel like you know how like again like Steph Curry and Corey Seager are the same height, but they both have very different bodies.
Steve Nash and Julio Jones are the same height.
Yeah. So like, and they're both very different. So it just looks weird. But I feel like, yeah, defensively, the ceiling is probably Gobert, honestly. But everybody hates Gobert, so nobody's gonna say that.
Don't listen to him, Evan.
Nobody's gonna say that. So in our last topic, we're just gonna say our overreactions, basically, just like what's been going on in the NBA, and just like our hot takes as of now through 5 games of the season. So my first hot take overreaction is that Chicago Bulls are the best team in the NBA.
I refute that.
DeBalsac.
I refute that.
DeBalsac.
I think people are overrating them.
How?
So the teams they beat Detroit twice, New Orleans. Who else did they beat? They beat Detroit twice, New Orleans. I had it here. Hold on.
Yeah, bring it up. Bring it up.
The teams that they beat have had a combined record of 3-10. Just put it that way.
Okay, but listen to me, right? They're 5-0, right? They're undefeated. The Lakers have the easiest schedule, and they're 2-3. That would be my.
If the Lakers would have been able to play Detroit, they would have won twice.
They played the Thunder and lost and gave up 26.
That's a good point. Where is it? Who did
They
play?
went to OT with the Spurs. They went to OT with Memphis.
Toronto. They played Toronto.
Okay, it's not a good sample size,
I'm just saying.
but I think they're the best team in the NBA.
If they start winning games against, like the Utahs, the Philadelphias, the teams like that.
And I'm saying this as a Utah fan, and we're 4-0.
I don't know if they're the best team.
I think they're the best team in the NBA. I think they're the best team in the NBA. A lot of people had where like, they're not sure because Okay, let me name you some teams. Let me name you some teams as of right now. Let me name you some teams that were like high last season. As of right now, are the Suns better than this team? Suns are 1-3.
Yes.
The Suns are better than this team right now.
So, like, say they played in a 7-game series. I know it can't happen in the playoffs right now, but for the finals. 7-game series. You want Chris Paul? Or you want Lonzo Ball?
Lonzo's better defender.
Oh, okay.
Lonzo's better defender.
I think Golden State's a better team than them.
Okay, yeah, that's where you can make a
I
case.
think Utah's better.
Again, the sample size for Utah.
I like Minnesota.
I don't think Minnesota's better than this team.
I like New York. I like Miami.
I don't know. I think offensively this team is nice. I think I don't know. There's just something about us. I think it's the best team. Lonzo finally. Have you seen Lonzo's shot? I have to do a breakdown on his shot from the last like 5 years. But have you seen the ridiculous change that he has? That's what I'm asking. Why hasn't Russell Westbrook gotten a shooting coach? I don't get it.
Some guys are stubborn, man.
Yeah, I think he is stubborn. But Lonzo Ball, his shot has looked so much cleaner. It's literally from the waist straight to the pocket. And Zach LaVine hasn't even found his rhythm. Hasn't even found like kind of the place on the team yet.
I don't know. I just feel like they're gonna level out. Although I think they're a playoff team. But
They're a
I
really
don't
good
know.
team.
I don't know if they're a top 3.
They're a really good team.
Are they gonna finish top 3? I don't think so.
I think so.
You think
Yeah, I
they're
think they'll
gonna
be
finish
third. I think look, they're better than Brooklyn. Let's see in the East. They're better than Brooklyn right now. They're better than Atlanta. They're better than.
Oh no, I think Atlanta's better than them.
Really?
Yes.
I think they'll give them a run. I think it's a 7-game series.
I think Atlanta's better.
Chicago is.
Cam Reddish and DeAndre Hunter. Clint Capella is great. You got Trae Young, and then their bench, Boyan.
You know what's funny is that Zach and DeMar are pretty underrated defenders too.
I like Atlanta more. I forgot to mention that.
I mean, I think Chicago's probably the best team in the NBA.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think to you they're probably not the best team, but they're probably like the funnest team to watch. But I mean, to me, I think the funnest team to watch has to be the Charlotte Hornets as of right now. The Charlotte Hornets have to be the funnest team in the league right now. You have LaMelo. You have LaMelo averaging fucking. He's going ridiculous, no?
Yeah, he's having like I think it's like.
Is it? I mean, it's
18,
funny. It's so
18.
weird saying in his second year in the NBA he's having a career year. That's weird.
Yeah.
But he's averaging what is it? 20? Oh, that's 20. 2 steals a game, 6 assists, 6 boards. 46% from 3, 43% from the field. So he's getting up there, and I was not on the Melo train considering
I still like
the
Ant-
shot volume.
I like Ant-Man more.
Considering the shot volume, he has no mid range, but I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. And the playmaking is ridiculous from this guy. I think I don't know. This is the funnest team in the NBA to watch. They're 4-1. I think, who have they beat?
You gotta put Miles Bridges on the ground.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on. Miles Bridges had one of the best leaps so far. He's averaging 26.2 on 40% from 3.
He turned down $60 million. He betted on himself, and so far,
It's
five
working.
games in, it's looking pretty good for him.
So far, it's working. The tandem between him and LaMelo works so well.
PJ Washington is decent.
Yeah, Kelly Oubre is averaging a quiet 14, which
Warriors fans are pissed.
yeah, which we knew Kelly Oubre was gonna do something. Kelly Oubre is a dynamic scorer.
Yeah.
He can do a little bit of something. Gordon Hayward's gonna average his quiet 18 before he breaks another something, and then
What an asshole.
he's going to eventually on 43.5% from 3, 48.6% from the field. I don't think Bouknight has yet to. Yeah, Bouknight has yet to see the floor.
Not much.
Kai
Jones.
He's
either.
averaging a
Well,
minute.
Kai Jones, not many minutes either.
A minute.
Yeah.
JT Thor saw the floor a little bit, but they just haven't seen it yet,
Pretty
and
deep
I don't know
team.
why. I don't know why they haven't seen the floor, considering this team is so young.
Like I said, Kai Jones would literally add to the house of highlights for this team.
Oh yeah, yeah, he would. And I mean, obviously, I haven't seen. They're the funnest team to watch. But I mean, to carry this 4-1 is not gonna last long.
I don't think so.
There's just too many good teams out there, and once other teams find their rhythm, I don't know how they'll see. They'll see this team.
Smith averaging?
9.8.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's doing better than Terry Rozier, but I think because Terry Rozier injured himself. Because I only see him down as playing 1 game.
Yeah.
I think he injured himself.
I think he's been coming back from an injury. So.
Yeah. So once he gets back, I don't know why Bouknight has not gotten playing time, considering Rozier is out. So I guess they trust Ish Smith. Cody Martin is kind of taking a jump too as well, averaging 9.4.
I mean, I hope so. They cut his brother.
Yeah, shooting 50% from the 3, 51% from the field. So I mean, this team is a very fun team to watch, and it's exactly what we thought they'd be. They're fifth in pace, which is
get up and down the court.
Which is exactly what we said earlier, in the off season, that they just want to run, and that's what happens. To see they beat Cleveland, they beat Boston, which is a very good win for them. Then they lost to Boston in a back-to-back, and then they beat Orlando. So we'll see how they get to once they get to like the tougher portion of the season. But I mean, they're first in points per game, but obviously that helps with the pace as well. Second offensive rating. So, I mean, this is the funnest team to watch. They're gonna run teams out the gym. They're gonna run teams out the gym. One's not on here, but
way more fun than the Nets.
biggest surprise so far is the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how they're doing it.
I saw T-Wolves fan. They posted a screenshot of the standings. They're like, stop the count.
Yeah.
But they really, I think they, like I said, we mentioned, they really found something with that whole D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Cat trio.
Mhm.
And they, like we said, they needed to start winning, or else Cat would have been disgruntled.
Cat would have been bye-bye.
I think, yeah. So I think this year's kind of like do or die. Oh my God, we need to figure something out. Pat Bev's been playing pretty big minutes for them.
Let me see.
Show me Joshua Okogie's minutes.
My guy?
Show me. What many minutes Joshua Okogie?
17. That's my guy.
He's a scrub.
I love Joshua Okogie.
2 points? Is that 2 points?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Wait. No, yeah, 2.3.
Jesus.
No, wait. Let me look at his box plus minus. His defensive plus.
Josh, I made it to the.
Look. Defensive box plus minus 1.6 through 5 games.
Finally.
I told you.
Finally. Josh, I made it to the Rising Stars game because I blocked Harden.
Yeah.
Okogie.
Look at his VORP. Zero. He's neutral.
Oh my gosh.
It's fine. It's Minnesota. It's okay.
So I could exchange Carson Edwards and Joshua Okogie and get the same.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, they had a really good win against Milwaukee, where Giannis dropped 40
and like 15
and 15 and like 7 assists. All I know is that he put up 106 fantasy points. I didn't play him, so it's an L for me.
Let me pull up Cat, man.
Cat's been
having a great.
Cat's been having a
great year.
Cat's been having a
MVP.
Oh, so far it's him, Steph Curry, and I'd say CJ McCollum. As of right now for MVP.
Basketball Reference actually has Rudy Gobert #1.
Because I think they take into account like other things, but I think for MVP. Well, hold on. We have to go back to my experiment I did earlier. If they lead in VORP, plus minus, all that stuff.
Yeah, your equation.
Yeah, my algorithm.
At 28, 8, 2.5 blocks, 69.3 true shooting.
That's ridiculous.
The guy's been efficient.
He's been really efficient.
52% from 3. He's 50, 95 right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So 28 points. 2.5 blocks, 1 steal, 4 assists. Yeah, he's been going ridiculous. He's been going bonkers right now. In really good games. I mean, other than people who actually are fans of Minnesota, nobody kind of watches Minnesota, but I think there's a reason to watch him now, considering that, like, Cat's... You see what I'm saying? Cat's not fucking 6'11".
You don't think so?
Why do they have him at 6'11"? He's not 6'11". But anyway, Cat has been going ridiculous. And, in turn, is having Timberwolves a pretty decent start to the season.
Well, let's talk about my guy, Anthony Edwards.
Well, let's talk about Ant.
25. 8, 3.5, 52.5 true shooting, and he's shooting 36% from 3.
Yeah.
So,
compared to what did he shoot last
he's
season?
playing better than LaMelo, but we're only seeing LaMelo. The only thing we see from Anthony Edwards is his interviews.
There's a dunk every now and then.
Or his interviews.
Yeah.
But LaMelo, this LaMelo vision. Like, come on, guys, this guy's the #1 pick.
But yeah, I mean,
to this day, I'm still picking Anthony Edwards #1.
Yes. Yeah, and I think because of Karl-Anthony Towns' defensive prowess, you add Patrick Beverly, you add Naz Reid, or you continue the development of Naz Reid. You have my guy Josh Okogie. That gives you the 5th in defensive rating, and that obviously does play a role into you winning games, and that's what's happening right now. As long as Cat continues to play at an MVP caliber level,
as long as he stays healthy, that's been one of the
it's
last
health.
couple years.
It's health.
He hasn't been healthy.
It's health right now. And yeah, that this is a very huge surprise. And as for MVP voting, okay, we're gonna go through all the awards and we're just gonna name players right now. So MVP, Cat, 6th man of the year. For me, it's either Tyler Hero.
That's Tyler Hero.
He's been averaging like
He's been going
starter.
He's been going crazy off the bench. He really wants to be in that discussion with Luka and Trey.
Yeah, and that's what he wanted. Everyone was calling him Bubble Boy. Depoy.
First off, Porzingis.
For Depoy?
Leading the league in blocks, man.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
He's looking really
Kristaps.
good defensively.
Um,
Probably not gonna win it, but
Nah.
right now.
Coach of the year. It has to be fucking James Borrego, right?
Who's the coach? Is this what's his name? Billy Donovan?
for Thunder.
No, Chicago.
Oh, for Chicago? Oh, yeah, Billy Donovan.
Is he still the coach?
Yeah.
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 It's either got to be him or
Chris Finch for Minnesota.
Nate McMillan?
For the Pacers?
No, the Hawks.
Oh, the Hawks? Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's Chris Finch, honestly.
I
The
was
fact
up in
that
there.
it's the Chris Finch, or whoever the coach is for the Thunder, to be able to lead that
Oh.
20-year-old team back from 26 down. That's a good coaching.
Most improved.
Yeah. Most improved. Jaren Jackson's such a fucking disappointment right now.
OG Anunoby for me.
Oh, yeah, OG right now.
Jaren Jackson been disappointing?
Oh, very. He's been shooting so inefficiently. Here, let me look him up because I don't know what the hell's going on with him. You can make a case for Ja
That's true.
for most improved. He's leading. Yeah, look at this fucking horrendous shit from Jaren
Terrence
Jackson.
Mann.
Look at that. 3 for 12, 3 for 13, 3 for 12, 6 of 11.
Mo Bamba's been playing pretty good.
Mo Bamba?
Yeah.
We're getting Mo Bamba back?
Mo Bamba's been type in his stats. He's been looking really decent.
What am I missing?
Rookie of the year.
Oh, rookie? Chris Duarte. Yeah.
Chris Duarte.
Chris Duarte right now. So on our last topic for today, that kind of adds as a very surprise, not really, but kind of is the free throw problem that's going on. So you guys all know the rule changes for the free throw.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. What I don't like now is that when a offensive player, you know how the point guard in a fast break, the offensive player comes in front of the center and then tries to get a cheap foul?
Yeah.
They're calling that offensively. I don't like that.
Yeah, Trae Young's still getting that call. I saw that. Trae Young's actually still getting that call where he jumps backwards. I don't know why. He's like the only one I've seen who's gotten it.
Yeah,
But
I don't
the
know.
other ones where like they jump into the guy, they're not calling.
Yeah,
that
they're not
anymore.
calling that.
But the one where Trae Young jumps backwards
They're still
and
calling
he
it?
initiates, they still call that.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
I
then
think
the,
it's just
the screen one
situational.
where Trae Young, he comes off the screen and he just gets it off and like the center's on him or
Yeah.
the guard in the pick and roll hits him. They still call that. But I will say, I'm noticing the refs are kind of letting guys play a little bit more.
Yeah, I like it.
They're letting guys be more physical down low in the paint. I'm liking that. The one thing I want to see stop next is the take fouls in transition.
Oh, yes, the
That-
take fouls.
That's not basketball.
Please.
That's not basketball. Your defense isn't set up. That's your problem.
Yeah.
You're giving up for free too.
That I feel like the only way to solve that is a tech.
Yeah.
Not a tech on whoever does it, but like it's just a technical free throw.
Yeah.
That does it, because then that'll allow.
The layup game, something like that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that'll allow something to where like if it really shows that they don't get back on defense, then it looks really bad on them.
Yeah.
Like how, because then it makes it look like the whole LeBron thing,
Mm.
where like he stays on the on the other side, and then that looks worse than giving him a take foul.
Yeah.
So
And then one other thing I'm seeing called more, they're calling moving screens a lot more. That's the thing I'm seeing.
Let me.
So even though I saw the fouls per game are still the same, the free throw attempts I think are a little lower, but I think we're seeing that more because there's a lot more moving screen calls and stuff like that. But
Let me see. League average.
I kind of like it. More physical play.
League average free throw attempts. Would that be a good way to see per game NBA?
And it's funny seeing James Harden still trying to play like he's playing in the era where he broke the game of basketball.
Oh yeah. Okay, so free throw attempts. So this year they have averaged around 19.9 or 20, and then last year they averaged this year 20, and then the year prior 21.8. So I mean it's not much. It's not much, but
you could still tell that.
You it's the eye test that happens. That like you could tell that like, okay, I'm gonna call it. Like the refs are gonna call it, so I'm just not gonna try.
Yeah.
And it just like it'll carry momentum.
Yeah, and the funny thing is like players have been so accustomed to like stopping when they see a guy jump into the defender. Oh, the play's dead. But then they don't hear the whistle, and everyone's just trying to jump for the ball. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Everyone's not used to that yet.
Yeah. So I mean, I love that. It creates more like, again, like just free play where like it's a 50-50 ball, and like then it could lead for a fast break on the other end for the other team. That like.
And there's less stops in the game.
Yeah, there's just less stops in the game because that's what people want. People just want to watch the game. They don't want to be withheld from anything. But yeah, I mean that just goes to show how weird the NBA is. We've went through all our overreactions. We went through what the hell is going on with most of these teams because I mean we forgot to mention like other teams like the Suns are 1-3, the Bucks are like 2-3.
Damian Lillard struggling.
So they're just like really weird teams, but I feel like by the really weird things happening in the NBA. But
I think in a couple months things will level out.
Yeah, things will level out in a couple months. Probably by like
November.
November.
A couple weeks, you know.
Yeah, it's just like right now it's just bad losses for some teams. But I mean by then they'll find mid-season changes to the offensive game plan, defensive game plan, but. We'll see. So yeah, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.
See y'all.